tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized Slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chart, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized Slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Good morning, stackers. It is January the 8th, Wednesday, January the 8th, 2025. My name is Joe Main. Gold versus Bitcoin. Why not both, says Ray Dalio. We'll be talking about that today, showing a little bit of a clip from there, discussing gold versus Bitcoin. We'll take a look at the gold chart, the Bitcoin chart as we normally do, and we'll do the gold to Bitcoin ratio as well. Where are we within that cycle? And it's interesting, we're bringing these two worlds together because I have been in precious metals. I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, and I've been a stacker of crypto since 2013. I've worked in the bullion industry, the retail bullion industry, bullion dealers, three major ones over 11 years now. I do this daily live show all about live gold, silver price analysis, economic news, all that kind of stuff with my GMS family. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at GMS, including the synchronized slurp. We've got to do that, and the shoutouts first. Grab your tasty beverage, as the theme song says. Grab your tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp. Now we're on the move. Your tasty beverage must be slurped synchronously together. It's the synchronized slurp. Here we go. Wherever you are in the world, all my subscribers and followers live on X and YouTube. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Slurp that beverage, people. Great to see you. Am I coming through fine? Give me the old yeah, I can see you, can hear you, all that stuff. I'm sure I am. I am Joe Main, as I said, gave you all my stuff, and let's do some shout-outs, people. Good to see you. Pete Repeat, GMS, and a big thank you to Neil for the GMS. Oh, did you really? Big thank you to Neil for the GMS shout-out on your live the other night. Thank you, Neil. I really appreciate that. I didn't see that. I will have to check that out. Thank you, Neil. Much appreciated. Mark Florida, GMS. GMS says Jason Rosana, fist bump. Good to see you. Neil, appreciate it. Lots of people might have to sell their BTC to live, maybe. Ooh, interesting. BTC has never seen a recession. That is true. I will reserve comments on it till I see how it does this year. Yes, exactly right. Yeah, I totally understand. Pete Repeat says, I don't have any, Neil, but I can see the FOMO lure to it. We're talking about gold versus Bitcoin. Morning, Joe, says Jason Ashworth. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Good morning, stackers. Good morning, stackers, says Silver Fox. Hey, everyone, says Global Sacrifice. Good to see you on the channel. once again. Yeah, let's, shall we just talk about it? Why not, man? I guess a couple of things you need to know. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, wealthstack.com are my brand sponsors. I'm looking for another one in the crypto sector. I'm talking to people at the moment. Let's see what happens. And what else? Well, I really would love you to send me an email. If you have a business, do you run a business or do you work for a business that, sells things to the public as a good or a service, something like that, whether it be you sell a product or you sell a service, you're an accountant, a lawyer, I don't know, whatever, you could benefit from a YouTube channel. As you know, I've worked 3 major bullion dealers, as I said before, and I've launched and grown multiple YouTube channels for both my personal stuff and for businesses as well. I was the first employee of Bullion Now, very famous, very large bullion dealer here in Australia. But back in late 2018, they had just started, and the boss was looking to bring on their first employee. I'd happened to have been working in the bullion industry before, so through someone else, I got introduced to the boss, and I said, "Hey, happy to come on board." While there's no customers, though, because literally there was no customers. While there were no customers, why don't I start a YouTube channel? Because I've had a big, a history in that. And I'll just do, every time I'm in the store, 3 days a week, I'll do a video 3 videos a week. And I built that channel from nothing, to nearly 20,000 subscribers by the time I left the company, with video views that have had almost 1 million views, okay, and then stacks and stacks of them with hundreds of thousands of views and tens of thousands of views, and it really built the community there, okay. So if you're familiar with the Bullion Now YouTube channel, that was me, baby, until I left in 2022, and now it's still going great guns, of course. So I can help you with your business. It doesn't have to be a bullion business, any kind of business. I've successfully done it for others as well. So gmstackers@gmail.com. Tell me about your business and we'll just have a discovery call to see whether it's something that could work for you. And if it does, I will teach you the skills of how to do it yourself, or I might even be able to help you from a personal perspective. I can do some stuff for you. Send me an email, okay? And I will charge you money because I'm a dirty, greedy capitalist who has to pay for things. Yeah. Let's go to share the screen. I'll head over to X. Okay, follow me on x.com. x.com/It's Joe Main. I'm going live there right now, but I'm going to show you this one right here. This is, let me go back. Let me go back here. Gold versus Bitcoin. Why not both? That meme says Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio, a very famous billionaire investor, billionaire dude, very big in gold for a very, very long time, and now owns some Bitcoin as well, and says, why not both? And this is what the Good Morning Stackers channel is all about. If you just hit the time codes, I've been a precious metals stacker, gold and silver, since 2010. I've also been in crypto since 2013, and I've been championing why not own both. A lot of the time, they can be stark opposites. You're either a gold and silver stacker, right, and then you're anti-Bitcoin, or you're a crypto head and you're anti the old dead money, okay, the thing. No, both is the way to go, in my humble opinion, and so does Ray Dalio agree. He agrees with me. We had a little chat, and he decided to, come into my position. Yeah, no. So let me just share the screen really quickly, and then we'll take a look at the gold and Bitcoin prices and the ratio of the two together to see where they are in that cycle. So share the screen. I want you to follow me please follow me first. Follow me. You've got to follow me right here at It's Joe Main, x.com/It's Joe Main. I do the live show on X every single weekday, and of course I do it live on YouTube as well. But you get a lot more stuff on X, multiple daily posts on various things, price charts, all that kind of other stuff. Anyway, I'm going to head over to, we'll take a quick look who Ray Dalio is, and then I'm going to show you the quick little video, the little interview that he did, a little section of an interview. So who is Ray Dalio? So number one, that's Ray Dalio, okay? That's the guy, billionaire investor and founder of the largest hedge fund in the world. Ray Dalio is an American billionaire, investor, hedge fund manager, and the founder of Bridgewater Associates, which is known as the world's largest hedge fund with approximately $124 billion in assets under management as of May just last year. Started his career at the age of 12 buying shares in Northeast Airlines, age of 12, which tripled his investment when the airline merged with another company. He founded Bridgewater Associates in 1975. Okay, over the years, it's grown to become a significant player in the investment world, world's largest hedge fund. His investment sort of philosophy and strategies, global macro investing. Dalio is known for his global macro approach, where he analyzes the big picture of global blah, 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 blah. He does the all-weather portfolio. One of his notable contributions is the all-weather portfolio, designed to perform well across different economic environments by balancing assets like stocks, bonds, commodities, and gold. Okay, big gold bug in certain times within his life. This portfolio emphasizes risk parity, where investments are balanced not by dollar amounts but by risk contribution, diversification, of course, de-risking in hard assets. Recent sentiments from Dalio, as noted in posts on X, indicate a preference for hard money like gold over debt instruments, especially in times of economic uncertainty or when he anticipates a decline in the value of traditional currencies due to debt crises or inflation. Okay, current holdings, some of the stocks he's historically favored include blue chip companies, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Microsoft, Nvidia. Early 2024, he still holds significant shares in Coca-Cola, increased his stake in Nvidia, but very much in the gold world, he's known as a gold bug as well. So he has recently, we'll play this right here. Now, I think this will actually be able to, I've set my settings now, so you should be able to hear this. This should be coming through the system audio. He says he now owns Bitcoin. He talks about gold and Bitcoin and the reasons why he owns both. Let's have a listen, people.
Now, my view on cryptos remain pretty much the same, and I'll articulate it. First of all, I think that, and I own crypto. I own some Bitcoin. The question is the amount and how attractive it is relative to gold. Okay, I think that there's kind of the old man's gold and then the younger man's crypto. But the important thing, first of all, is to represent whether one or the other, and really ideally some of both, should be in the portfolio. Don't be so fanatical that you're just having one and not the other. And do worry about the value of money and what is your alternative money that can't be printed. Okay, so now when I look at gold and it's evolved over, crypto, and it's evolved over time, there have been a few things. First of all, there's not the privacy element of crypto. Everybody can understand exactly what it is. You can tax it easily. So governments can easily tax it. It doesn't have the same element of that privacy. There's a saying that gold is the only asset you can own that's not somebody else's liability, meaning you have to depend on somebody else. You can own it and so on. Gold has always been a reserve currency in all times. It's the third largest reserve currency. In other words, the largest is the dollar, second is the euro, third is gold, and fourth is the yen. So it's always the currency that's being gone to. Right now, we're seeing a lot of central banks acquire gold. That's not the same as crypto, because crypto's different that way, because still, who controls it? Is it controlled behind the scenes, or do you have possession of it? And so for those reasons, I prefer gold to crypto. But I think the important thing is the recognition of the issue of do you trust the governments? And I think that to trust the governments, that they won't print the money to make the debt service easier is not the best move. So I'm, sort of anti-debt assets like bonds and so on, and I prefer the other. But I would say that should just be a portion of the portfolio. I don't want to get carried away with that. I would say that if you look at it as a diversifier, I think particularly Gold is something that if you look at how it behaves in relation to inflation and also interest rates, it behaves in a way that's more understandable than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more of a speculative element with this limited supply aspect to it. So, but if you look at that, it's an effective diversifier of the portfolio. If you take most other assets, stocks, bonds, real estate, and so on, they will generally have good times and they will do well. The gold and that is a diversifier. So you actually reduce your risk by having some in the portfolio, somewhere between 10 and 15% of the portfolio.
All right. Tell me what you think of that. Now, listen to that last bit. Is he saying, and tell me, did that come through? I think it did. Just tell me if that's fine. Yeah, that all came through, I think. I said plenty, it doesn't matter. Yep, I like Ray. Didn't have sound issues, so I think that came through. That last bit, was he saying gold should be 10 to 15%, 15 to 20%, or was he saying Bitcoin should? I just let me see that
element with this limited supply aspect to it. So, but it behaves in a way that's more understandable than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more of a speculative element with this limited supply aspect to it. So, but if you look at that, it's an effective diversifier of the portfolio. If you take most other assets, stocks, bonds, real estate, and so on, they will generally have good times and they will do well. The gold and that is a diversifier. So you actually reduce your risk by having some in the portfolio, somewhere between 10 and 15% of the portfolio.
I think he's talking about gold there, but he does own Bitcoin, and why not both is, I guess, he didn't say technically why not both, and that was, I didn't put it in quotes, so he didn't say why not both. But it's like, why not own some both? It's a good diversifier. So what do you think about that? I generally agree. I also agree with diversification. We have a lot of huge gold and silver bugs here are pretty much, all in gold. All their investable assets are in gold, all in silver. Some people here are pretty much all crypto, all Bitcoin or all altcoins, etc. I am more of the diversification thing. I do say that if nothing else, gold is a great saving tool. It is a good insurance policy, and it's just an insurance policy against hard times. So I do agree with Ray, and I like the fact that he does own some Bitcoin as well. It's an extra diversifier. And again, he was talking about the fact that it can't be printed, etc. It's limited supply and all that. So I agree with Ray. I don't necessarily agree with his split of 10 to 15% in gold. If he was talking about gold, or even if he was talking about Bitcoin, whether it's just 10 to 15%, I'm a little bit more of a risk taker. I'm happy to go more of that. At the moment, it's quite a lot more. So my split mainly is a 50. I have a tiny little bit of stocks, not a lot, and then I have precious metals and I have crypto. So those are my diversifications at the moment. As you know, I've been moving a portion, and we're going to look at the Bitcoin price today because it's gone. A few altcoins have gone like that. We'll take a look at the gold price in just a second. But I've been moving a portion of my silver holdings into the crypto world just to play that crypto market peak in 2025, which is happening, and then I'll be swapping a lot of my crypto, if not all of it, back into the precious metals most likely, and then I'll be riding the precious metals wave to outperform the stock market. Then once that's done, I'll be getting a whole bunch of cheap blue chip stocks as well. So that's kind of my play. So generally agree with Ray. Yep, owning both is a great idea. I love the fact that he's open to it. So a billionaire hedge fund manager of the world's largest hedge fund suggests owning some Bitcoin too. So I do agree with that. So, and I do agree with what he said at the start, which is, don't be fanatical with one or the other. Don't be a full-on gold bug or a full-on Bitcoin bug, and then don't own any of the other. Okay. Bringing the two worlds together, I think, is the best. And that's what we're doing here at Good Morning Stackers. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. We stack Satoshis, we stack silver, we stack skills, and a lot more. We stack a community right here. Let's read some of the comments now based on that. Give me a second. Let's see. Going back to the comments, and then we'll do live gold and Bitcoin analysis because I do want to show you the gold to Bitcoin ratio as well. Let's see. Neil's here. Neil Han Dynasty says altcoin season is now. Time to look at them. Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, it is. We just had a bit of a dip, but that shouldn't really scare anyone. GMS guys, rhodium is looking good too. Oh, there you go. Didn't know. Joe, the main man. G'day, Wally. Good to see you, mate. Great to see Wally on the channel, as always. GMS, great day in Melbourne. GMS, good evening, Stackers. Great to see Space Miner. We're just talking about the Ray Dalio thing. Let's get that. A bit of a crypto dump in the last few hours. Yes, we'll be taking a look at all of that, do some live price analysis. The movie Ready Player One is the vision I have when I think of a BTC-only future. Oh, that's interesting. You're one very frightening, brilliant fellow. So Mr. Dalio feel... Oh, okay, nice. Thanks, Mark. You are one very frighteningly brilliant fellow. So Mr. Dalio, quickly feel in line with your analysis. And Joe just sent the check for my praising you to the usual address. Yes, exactly right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Diversify your diversified diversity. Nice. And don't make a left turn at Albuquerque. Now, this is interesting. Very quickly. Neil... I get that reference. And a lot of stackers of precious metals, we tend to be a little bit older, middle-aged now, a lot of middle-aged stackers, male stackers. It's kind of like the 40 plus is like your main demographic of precious metal stackers. Of course, the wonderful ladies as well. Where's Tony Peterson today? But yes, I don't make a left at Albuquerque. Yes, I know that reference. A lot of people don't. Magic Moon, great to see you on the channel. I haven't seen you before. Fantastic. Mark, Florida, unless you've changed your name recently. If BTC is taxed, it ain't a money system. That's interesting. If BTC is taxed, it's not a money system, in my opinion. Can you expand on that, please, Neil? I'd like to know. Ray's a good fellow, believes in equal opportunity and wealth redistribution. Does he? He believes in equal opportunity and wealth redistribution. Who doesn't believe in equal opportunity? Jason. Hang on. I'm going to copy someone from Jason. That's an Australian reference. A recent Australian reference. Believes in equal opportunity. Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't believe in equal opportunity? Equal outcomes, completely different thing. Everyone believes in equal opportunity. Almost everyone. Wealth redistribution. Does he? In what form? Does he mean he believes in taxes? Okay, sure. All right. Taxes are necessary, does he believe, to redistribute? Okay. Well, the good thing is I can agree with certain points that he makes and I can disagree with him in other points. That's the freedom of choice. Let's see. I've said plenty that it doesn't matter what metal you choose as long as your timing is right. As in you've said it many times. Hold a bunch of metals, hold a bunch of opportunities. Same for any investment. Yeah, popping off. Good to see you. All good, Joe, with the audio. Yeah, gold should be 15% of portfolio. Gold and precious metals, gold and silver. I think it's a little higher for me. Okay. Yes, Jason, that is how I took his remarks. I know not everyone can, but I say create new things and invest in history for your future investments. I don't know, crap. It's just an opinion. Yeah, fair enough. We're talking about rhodium now. Rhodium is a consequence of the manipulation of platinum. Oh, interesting. Look for it to drop fast and soon. Very interesting. Let's see. Magic Moon says, don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. As in, do you think Ray Dalio's smoking something? Let's see. Dollars are not taxed, just what you buy with it. So if they tax Bitcoin and the things you buy with it, don't sound like it is money, just an asset. Yeah, I don't necessarily think Bitcoin is money just yet. So yeah, I can potentially agree with that. DJ, good morning, Stackers. G'day, DJ. Great to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you on the channel before. Great to have you on the show. Off topic, but where do you think the AUD USD will be in early March? Right, got a Maldives trip. Not sure if I should pay or hold until then. All right, I'll take a look at the AUD USD in the normal thing. Mark Trottier as well. Fools chasing fool's gold. Oh, can you expand on that, please, Mark? Can you give me what do you mean by fools chasing fool's gold? You think gold is not the place to be? At least 10 to 15% of the portfolio as a hedge against inflation or hedge against bad times as an insurance policy. Do you disagree with that? So why is it fools chasing fool's gold? Or you're probably talking about, or are you talking about Bitcoin? Are you talking about crypto? So fools are chasing fool's gold being crypto, whereas gold is the real thing. I think that's probably what you mean. Great to see you on the channel, Mark. Great to have you as a first live contributor. Let's take a look at the prices now. Okay, let me do that. Let me get rid of fake digits. Okay, right, fake digits. We're talking about Bitcoin. Okay, again, that's cool. If you're the Bitcoin's just fake money and all that sort of stuff, gold's the real money. Okay, I do agree with Ray though. Diversifying into the two and not being fanatical with one or the other. Again, even if you were to give you an example, even if you were to believe that Bitcoin is fake money, it's all speculative. Yeah, every asset is speculative. There's no such. By the way, everyone, if you've never heard me say this before, I'm about to shock some of you. There is no such thing as intrinsic value. It doesn't exist. Okay, it's an oxymoron. You can't have both. So anyway, I've talked about that before. So even if you hate Bitcoin, right? You think Bitcoin and crypto is terrible. You think it's fake money. It won't be around for a long time. Well, also, you can see that it's currently going through its final mania phase of the 4-year cycle. Even if you thought that, hey, you might want to consider, and you do you, but some people might consider, well, look, it is going up at the moment. I just want to get more metal in my hands. So maybe I'm going to play the gold to Bitcoin ratio. I'm going to run Bitcoin up until it's where I think it's high, and then I'll swap it for more gold. So I have more gold in my hands now than I did if I was only just buying gold. Okay, I say that similarly with the gold to silver ratio. If you hate gold and you love silver, but you see the gold to silver ratio going up and up and up, well, you play the gold first and then you swap it for silver as it goes all the way back down, right? You hate gold, you love silver, but you buy gold at a certain point and then you swap it for silver later on. Similar thing. You're just sort of you're moving between assets to get to the real thing that you always want. And if that's for you, precious metals, hey, that's great. But if there's an opportunity to play it so you up your ounces or grams, then, it's not like crypto's going anywhere for, at least in the next year as such. Let's see. It's all fake, just like world toilet paper currencies. Oh, look, I agree that paper currencies are fake, but again, they're not. It's again, nothing has intrinsic value. Intrinsic value doesn't exist. The US dollar is, they can just print more and more and more of it, but it's still very popular. Let's see, until it won't be. Except rhodium and price moves from 300 to 35k to 4,500. You're talking about rhodium. Okay. Welcome all the new subscribers. Don't forget to hit the like. Absolutely could not agree more. Space Miner says yeah, okay. I'll get rid of that. Let's do live gold and Bitcoin analysis. We'll take a look at silver as well, but we'll also take a look at the gold to Bitcoin ratio because we just talked about Ray Dalio talking about why not own both gold and Bitcoin. Not a bad idea. I do agree with that. So let's take a look at the prices. And we'll share the screen. We just did that. Let's take a look at, so here's the price of gold, okay, priced in USD. I'll do my quick little analysis right now. You get it every single weekday. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. We are not over the area that I need us to be over. So we're just still in this area here. For now, this is the downtrend line. We haven't broken this downtrend line, and we haven't even broken this uptrend line. We haven't even broken the mother of all trend lines, this more flat one right there, that more horizontal one. Okay, so we haven't broken that. We haven't broken that. And we haven't even broken that. We're just in this area where it's all below. Right. That, right? It's just all below here. So for the moment, my bias is still to the downside. When we start closing above, at least above the mother of all trend lines there, preferably here and really preferably, it's in that order. Okay, you break above here. Okay, looking interesting. You break above here. Okay, cool. All right, looking cautiously excited. Then you break this downtrend line, then we're talking turkey. And the final hurdle, the final turkey, is 2,735. You start closing weeks, preferably months are even better, above 2,735. Then that's the final hurdle. New all-time highs in gold would be coming very soon in, days and weeks, not months and months and months. Cool. We're nowhere near there. I feel like we tick over from here, so my bias is still to the downside. Confirming that would be closing below 2,605 US dollars. That would absolutely set up, and I think it's still happening. I think this is happening. Personally, I think that's going to happen. That's just me. Could be completely wrong. I'm still 80% sure of that at this stage. And the first stop along the way, 2,500 to 2,450 US dollars, that is, and the best buy zone, 2,250 to 2,150. That's like a 60% chance at this stage. Okay, and you could call it sit on the fence, but if I think lower prices are coming, then the lower we go, the larger that percentage chance becomes. So I'll say 60% at the moment, but I think we're heading down below 2,605. I think we're going to see lower prices around about that 2,500 is your first stop along the way. So that's all I've got to say about that, really. So that's gold at the moment. For my crypto people, I'll quickly show you gold. Gold sucks. It sucks, man. Yeah, does it really? Have a look at gold in the last... This is on the monthly time frame. Gold since 2001. Okay, there's the peak in 2011. Look at this. That's just an A, B, C, third wave.2 Could you call that the third wave? If you're doing Elliott wave, for example, would you call that, if you're an Elliott wave person, would you call that 1, 2, 3, or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I don't know. Would you go 1, 2, the start of the 3? I don't know. I'm not an Elliott wave person, but look, we had a move. We've had a bit of a retrace, and now we're on the move again. Okay, where do you think gold's going to be in about, say, 5 to 10 years' time? It's all signs are pointing to, what are we at, 2,650 right now? We're talking at least 5,000 plus. 8 to 10,000 US dollars per gold ounce is very likely on its way. I do think there's just a little bit more of a dip coming. That is just me, though, and like I said, my bias remains to the downside, at least within the first half of 2025. Could be completely wrong and we just sail up from here. Hey, that'd be good news for everyone, wouldn't it? Yes. So that is gold. I'm going to go straight to Bitcoin, then we'll do the gold to Bitcoin ratio, and then we'll go back into silver and all that kind of stuff. Cool? We're just mixing up a little bit. And we will take a look at the AUD to USD for that subscriber who's going to the Maldives soon, the Maldives, okay? Do you want to pay now, or do you want to pay in USD later on? Or AUD later on. Let's see. Bitcoin. Bit of a dip. All right, now here's the Bitcoin price. Then we'll take a look at the gold to Bitcoin ratio. Interesting. This is on the monthly time frame, priced in USD, 96,885. What was I talking about just yesterday? Here we go. I was talking about, and let me pop that on. I was talking about the Fibonacci line. And I said, and did I delete it? Yeah, I did. I've been talking about this right here. That and that. And it was good to see us remaining above the uptrend line, this one that goes back to the previous all-time high. So that's that trend line right there, all-time high in 2021. Then it has remained a support so far. That's good news. Then we got up to past 100,000 US dollars. And what did I say? I said many people believe that when you cross over from this is a Fibonacci from this high and this low, and then, let me just pop that in a little bit better. I said, watch out for the dead cat bounce. Watch out for the dead cat bounce. That's where you have a price decline. Then it starts rocketing back up again, and everyone goes, oh, it's back. We're going up again, and then it ticks over. As I've said very, very clearly to you guys, many people favor the 0.618 Fibonacci level right here. That's the one where it starts getting over and people go, oh, it's back over this 0.618. This isn't a dead cat bounce because we're back over the 6.618. And I say, no. Many times in history, and I've read charts for a very long time, doesn't mean I'm perfect. I make lots of mistakes. Everyone else does, right? It's not an exact science. But I have just found in the past, many times in the past, that it can fake you out here. It starts closing. Look, and it closed the day. It closed the day above the 0.618. And I said, yeah, no. We hadn't closed it yesterday. But I said, you got to watch out for the 0.786. That's the final hurdle for me. So my final hurdle, if we had have closed above $104,700 roughly and closed the day above it, then I would have said, oh yeah, no, this isn't a dead cat bounce. You got to watch out for the fake out here at the 0.618. And we saw the fake out at the 0.618. It closed the day above it. And then just in the last overnight, okay, back down. Okay, so we're nowhere near, it's not panic time or anything like that. We're still above this uptrend line here. I would preferably, really preferably, like to find support here. Because I would suggest if you come back down to the support level here, this trend line, that's probably going to be taken out. That's just much more likely. The more times you visit an area, the more likely it is to be taken out. And I want to see this hold. Let me pop that in. Right there. Thanks. And that's, call it at 95,400. 95,400. Hold here, please. And thanks. I'm not so sure if it's going to. On the relative strength index on the daily time frame, we are trending back down again on the 4-hour time frame. If you look down here at the bottom, we've got room to move down. It's less likely to me that 95,400 holds, although that's the area I need to see hold. Can you see that? Support, 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 spikes, but support, spikes, but support. Again, it's all based on just a simple recent all-time high, Fibonacci from an all-time high of 108,000 in this recent low. Okay, that's what I need to see hold. If it doesn't, yeah, then you're probably going to see that test, and then yeah, you're probably going to see a break of that. But as a lot of people have been talking about, you've really got to watch out. You've got to watch out for the fake outs when you're moving up, but then you really got to watch out for the fake outs moving down. So many people have been talking about this rough $90,000 area. You could potentially see a fake out around about here. And it's like, oh, it's over. We're heading down to the mid 80s. We're heading down to $70,000, $75,000. And it gets down to around about 90K and goes, sucked in, bro. So just watch out for that. Okay. But look, just so not to, get anyone into panic mode, let's just hold 95,400, please. And thanks. That'd be lovely. So that's the Bitcoin price. It needs to close over 104,700 to say new all-time highs are coming soon in days and weeks, not months and months and months. Okay. But look, above there, so far so good, but a little bit of a retrace. Let's hold there. Thanks. Good, thanks. Let's do the gold to Bitcoin ratio, the gold versus Bitcoin ratio. Okay, here's where we are within that cycle. I'll show you gold versus Bitcoin, then I can show you Bitcoin versus gold. Okay. I'm going to do Bitcoin versus gold. That's actually a better way to do it. Here's the Bitcoin to versus gold ratio. Okay. So as you can see, as this is going up, Bitcoin's outperforming gold. As it's going down, gold is outperforming Bitcoin. We just recently broke through, but we're now back in a little range right here. Let me just get rid of that. So we did break out and make a new all-time high, although it's a spike so far. This is on the monthly time frame. Okay, so we spiked up to 41. So that means it takes 41 ounces of gold to equal 1 Bitcoin. Okay, and we're just now back in this little purple box range. We're now just in this purple box range, which I really don't want to see it close below there. That could signal a move back down, and I would watch out for this uptrend line right here. If you take a look at the relative strength index, though, look on the monthly time frame, where I don't think that's a double top by any means. I think Bitcoin's going to continue up from here, just a little bit of a consolidation. So my bias at the moment, I don't think that's the top. Could I be completely wrong? Yeah, absolutely on the Bitcoin to gold ratio, but I do think Bitcoin continues to outperform gold at least, well, it's going to be at least the first half of 2025. It will come to a point where it will be overextended, and I would suggest that when it gets into the extremely overextended or overvalued range, overbought range here on the relative strength index on the monthly time frame, when it's matching roughly this kind of area here, you can call it there if you want to match there. That's when I'd be saying, okay, it's time to swap some Bitcoin back for gold. That would be kind of the peak, and that peak is coming in the 2025 area. That's the end of 2025, but the peak usually happens somewhere around that sort of October, November range, but it could happen anywhere between now and then. But I do think we've got some higher prices to go, some higher ratio prices to go. So that is Bitcoin to gold. And as you can see, it has been very steadily since its inception in 2009, but this goes back to 2011. It just goes through that periods of extremely outperforming gold, and then it has a bit of a dip, and then gold does its thing. Gold does its thing, Bitcoin does its thing, gold's doing its thing, Bitcoin's doing its thing. It will happen again where gold will do its thing. Is it more so because gold is going up hugely and Bitcoin is just not going up as much? No, it usually coincides with the Bitcoin going down, but gold would be also going up at the same time. So that's why you see that number go down, the ratio number go down. This is going to happen again. This is a pretty simple cycle. Okay, so if you are open to being in both the precious metals and the Bitcoin world, pick your favorite asset, the one that you want to up more of, and just play that accordingly. Why would you not consider doing that? If you're an absolute gold bug, okay, and you just want as much gold in your hands as possible, and you hate Bitcoin, hey man, if you can up your gold by buying some Bitcoin and playing this longer term cycle, why wouldn't you do that? I guess if you believe that at some point it's going to be revealed that who Satoshi was, or it's the NSA or whatever, and you think Bitcoin will not last and will just have a massive go to zero, then yes, you wouldn't do that because you wouldn't want to take that risk. But if you believe that Bitcoin's probably here to stay for a while, which I think it is, it will just have its peaks and its dips. If you can up your gold or silver ounces by playing this ratio right here, this is personally what I'm doing. Similarly, if you hate precious metals, it sucks, bro. Precious metals suck, okay? It's old, dead money. Who would want to be in precious metals? You know when you would want to be in precious metals? When the Bitcoin dip, when the crypto peak happens, okay? Then you get into gold. Then you ride this all the way down, and then you buy a bunch of cheap-ass Bitcoin and crypto with your precious metals holdings because you only care about Bitcoin, right? You're a Bitcoin maxi. Yeah, but what are you going to do? You're going to stay in USD in the crypto run when you sell out, which you will. Yes, you'll dollar cost average into your Bitcoin and, Bitcoin maxi, never sell, but you've got to, right? You are selling a portion of your Bitcoin, I know you are, or your crypto, right? What are you going to do with it? You're going to park it in USD? What are you going to do with it until the Bitcoin dip again in, say, 2026, 2027? What are you going to do in the meantime? You're just going to sit on it in cash? No, you got to put it in something. Hey, put it into precious metals and ride that wave down, then buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin out there and then ride that wave up again. It's a cycle, baby. Why would you not? That's my opinion, and that's what I'm, trying to do over the longer term. So that's the Bitcoin to gold ratio. Gold to Bitcoin ratio is just the inverse of that, obviously. Big downtrend. Okay, it's broken this arc right here. Could this be the bottom? Yeah, look, absolutely. Let me show it to you on the weekly time frame. That's the weekly. So again, as this is going up, gold's outperforming Bitcoin. I think you've still got some room to move down. That's why I think Bitcoin will continue to outperform gold, at least into, a certain portion of 2025. What else? Could it be said that it is turning around here? Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, if you take a look at the gold to Bitcoin ratio, that's a little bit of a bottoming area. Look, there's room. There's a case to be made that we're forming some kind of bottom here, and it could be absolutely right. The relative strength index on the daily time frame is trending up in gold's favor. I just do think we still have one more 2025 kind of dip in the gold to Bitcoin ratio, meaning Bitcoin's outperforming gold. I think that is coming. But I will change to the message of the market. I'll change my opinion if it gets down below certain areas. Okay, on the gold to Bitcoin ratio, I would say if it closes above that 0.03 area, then I'll start thinking, oh, okay, maybe gold's now having its run versus Bitcoin, and then I'll make my trades accordingly. So that's gold versus Bitcoin. Cool. Let's quickly go back to silver. Here is silver on the daily time frame, $30.05 right now. Same thing as yesterday. It's back over the line in the sand of $29.80. Good to see, but my bias remains to the downside that we are heading down to at least $28. I'm 80% sure of that at the moment. We're not above this downtrend line, and we're not above $31 US. That's all I really need to say. Okay, bias is to the downside. I think we tick over. I don't know where we're back on. Are we back on YouTube or are we back on X as well? That's a good question. I have no bloody idea. We've still got a few people watching. Let me check that. Are we going out? Don't know what happened there, people. Just good old, Let's see. That's all I really need to say. Okay, bias is to the downside. I think we tick over. I don't know where we're back on. Are we back, we're back on YouTube? Okay, we're back. All right, cool. Don't know what was going on there. No idea. Anyway, we're back. Something about a thing and another thing. Anyway, let's go back to, my bias is to the downside for silver. That's all you really need to know, people. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Let's go to platinum. Platinum is now actually above. We're in the interesting area, so let me know if you can see me and you can hear me and all that good kind of jazz. Let's see, GMS locals, GMS loyal stream members just hanging out. There he is. Great, we are back. There he is, right there. Good, great. Good. Platinum, platinum right here. Interestingly, on the daily time frame, I could be wrong here. My bias has been to the downside, further to the downside. So I have been correct in which I said that we would see the best buy zone of 900 at least touched again. We certainly saw that. That's when we broke down through here. It's pretty obvious stuff. You break down through the trend line. Eventually, I thought we'd come back to 900 again. We certainly did that. My bias has still been to the downside to go into the belly of the best buy zone to at least down to probably about 870 USD. I said what would negate that? Closing back above, preferably back above the long-term downtrend trend line from 2008, but we're back above this uptrend line. So I could be wrong here. We have closed, finally, a day above back in here. So I could be wrong on platinum. It could be the start of a beautiful friendship. I just do need to see it close above the thick yellow line. The thick yellow line is the one that goes all the way back to 2008. This major downtrend line. If you start closing above there, that's interesting. Okay, this is the monthly time frame. Is that a double bottom there? Look at that. Wow. So we bottomed here in December, and then we've just closed again and look like a potential double bottom on the monthly time frame. That would be a very bullish setup for platinum. I just need to see it close above, at bare minimum, close above the long-term downtrend from 2008. Then we'll start talking about potential higher prices. We're nowhere near there yet. Look, just for the moment, just because with gold and silver, I'll just say for the moment, I'll remain 80% sure that this is maybe a fake out around about here, and then we see the belly of the best buy zone hit. I'll just remain with that for now. I could probably change it, but I'll just remain 80% sure. Could be completely wrong. That is platinum. What else do we need to look at? Oh, the AUD to USD, because someone is going to the Maldives. Let's take a look. I don't do projections for like time and all that kind of stuff, but it does seem like we are potentially moving further down. Let's see. 60 cents. That's March. Yeah, my bias is to the downside. Now, let me be very clear. You do what you think you need to do, whether you want to pay for your trip now or wait till March until the AUD USD is lower. My bias is to the downside at the moment. Why? It's moving down on the relative strength index on the monthly. I will say though, look, the one saving grace is we're ticking up on the RSI on the weekly. We just had that little move Okay. So this was the move just in the last couple of days back up. Yeah, look, I don't know. So you do you, man. I don't know. But out of interest, we are potential double bottom on the daily time frame. Okay, and then on the daily, have we broken that? And technically, we've actually just broken that as well. Could this be the tick over and then we head back up? Look, I don't know what you should do. My bias is to remain to the downside. I think we head to that 60-cent area in the next couple of months. That's just me. How much dollar difference is it going to? Is it, we're talking about a couple of $100? I wouldn't worry about it. If you're talking about a couple of $1,000 difference, then yeah, you might want to play that thing. Wait till it's a little bit lower, but I don't know. I can't make the decision. If it goes even higher, then hey, you might be. Well, hang on a second. It depends on what you're paying it in. Do you want it to go higher or do you want it to go lower? So I don't know. But my bias remains to the downside for the moment. But if it's the Maldives and you're paying in Australian dollars, if you're paying in Australian dollars, then you actually want if you need to pay in US dollars but using Australian dollars, then you want this to go up. But if you're paying in Australian dollars and you're using US dollars for some reason, you have some USD up your sleeve, then you want this to go down. I think that's the way it works. But my bias is to the downside. But short answer is I don't know. Neither do you. Just pay for your damn holiday, man, and just take the hit if you lose out a little bit. What else do you need to know? Any altcoins? I will not. I'll look at others very quickly. This is just the general altcoin market minus the top 10 in Bitcoin. We could be heading down a bit. Okay, there's the weekly time frame. Dead cat bounce. What did I say? 404 billion was the final hurdle for new all-time highs. Alt season. Okay, we're not there. We've been in an alt season, since back here. 200 billion back in November. Okay, to 400 billion, so a doubling. Okay, it's pretty damn good. But just watch out for that. And what did I say? Like I did with Bitcoin, we popped in the Fibonacci levels, didn't we? And I did have that as the final hurdle for new all-time highs, and we didn't break it. Cool. That's others. So a little bit of a dip in the crypto market. I don't think we're done in the crypto market, for example. I don't think we're done in the crypto market, and we've got a long way to go, at least into the first half of 2025. Final shout outs, and then let's get out of here. Yeah. Yeah, buffering. Sorry. Yeah, Elon, help me. Let's see. Mark Trottier says gold keeps going up because the fake world currencies are dying. Yes, losing purchasing power every day. Massive inflation. Absolutely agree. Yes, so gold going up is a symptom of the devaluing of paper money. Absolutely agree with that. So were tulip bulbs. Bitcoin versus gold, silver versus gold, stocks versus crypto. Take a good debate class. They are fun and enlightening. Maybe monetary debates could be a new genre of debate. There you go. Oh, you guys are having a little debate in the thing. I can debate as if I were a communist and tell the good points of it. Yes, okay. I'm not doing politics on a panel. I'll be slightly outnumbered. yeah. No point debating in here. Let's see. Final comments, and then we shall get out of here. Yeah, tulip bulbs are now cryptos. No, that's not true. I disagree with that. The tulip bulb thing didn't take a lot of time, and I don't believe it's a bubble like the tulip bubble. I disagree with that. But hey, we can disagree freely on this channel. I believe in free speech, so long as you're not inciting violence. The Wheel of Death. Yes, I know. Sorry about that. Let's see. Joe is clearly a touching a nerve with the financial powers that be. Sure, let's go with that. Or doesn't get bought enough coffees for high-speed internet. What would you be talking about, Jason Ashworth? buymeacoffee.com/Good Morning Stackers. Buy me a coffee, people. It helps with the show. Of course, I have my Perth Bullion Exchange and wealthstack.com sponsors, and you'll hear about those in a couple of seconds. But buy me a coffee as well. Go over there, buymeacoffee.com/Good Morning Stackers. Helps to support the show. Also, Super Chats help support the show as well, because I want to be doing this as my full-time job. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? And 1,138 subscribers, nearly 3,000 followers on X, and I only started the show in May. How good is that? His info is worthy. Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you. You have deemed me worthy, and that I love. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, very quick plug. Buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Free shipping when you buy over 20 items. Have 20 or more items in your shopping cart in your order. Not 20 of one thing. Can be a mix and match of anything. You get instant free shipping from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. In a lot of circumstances, you'll get next day delivery if you can pay on the same day. So order on a Monday. If they receive payment on Monday, at this stage, they can tend to get your order out and ship it on the same day, and then you get it the following day because it's free express shipping, right? So it doesn't work exactly like that, but man, you get the shipping times with Perth Bullion Exchange very, very short indeed. Okay, much shorter than some of the other bullion dealers that are having issues with their shipping times at the moment, and I'll leave it at that pretty much. And a great range, great prices, all that good stuff. Quick little heads up. There is something coming down the pipeline with Perth Bullion Exchange, which no bullion, again, like free shipping, no other bullion dealer in Australia has ever dared do it. They're working something up that no bullion dealer in Australia has done again. So that's a new feature. A little extra feature is coming down the track. I've had a bit of a preview from Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange. We had a good chat on the phone last night about this new concept. It's not a brand new concept to sales, okay, but it's a new concept to the bullion industry, and I think you'll be very interested to hear about it. That's coming soon, okay, as far as I'm aware. Possibly even as soon as this week on the Perth Bullion Exchange YouTube channel, so go check them out over there. And of course, wealthstack.com. Unallocated gold program. Download it for iPhone or Android. Save and invest in real physical gold backed by real physical metal, 1-to-1. Spot plus 1% to buy gold, no matter whether you're buying $1 million worth of gold or $10 worth of gold. That's the minimum. You can buy $10 of gold, spot plus 1%. Do you get to hold it in your hands? No, it's an unallocated gold program. I am very happy with unallocated gold programs, silver programs. I've had them before. And I trust them. It's fine by me. Some people don't like it. That's okay. But what about your normie friends and family that you've been trying to wake up into precious metals? Have you tried to get them to buy the physical and hold it on their personage or in a safe? It's like, I don't want to go get a safe. So why don't I do that? Get them to download the WealthStack app. They're an Australian-owned, Australian-operated, Australian-regulated company. Okay? Down the track, you'll be able to buy silver. You'll be able to use a debit card to pay for your everyday goods and services with gold and silver. They're going to be doing physical redemptions as well. That's not happening just yet. It's a pretty brand new company. They reached out to me. They're doing everything that I would do if I was starting my own unallocated gold program. That's cheap fees and all that kind of stuff. No storage fees, no transfer fees, 100% gold backed. Just go to wealthstack.com. Bottom left-hand corner, click on the FAQs button right there, and then when it opens up for me, you can read the frequently asked questions. And then send them a message. If you've got any other questions, go to the contact us section and send them a message. They get back to you pretty quickly with any bugs in the program or any questions that you have. And if you want to see an interview with the CEO, that's David Ski. I did an interview with him on my channel about 3 months ago. So go to my channel, type in, or you could just go straight into the YouTube, and just type in David Ski. That's how you spell his name right there. David Ski WealthStack. And probably my interview with him is coming up number 1. Okay, at least on the first page. So yeah, watch that. Very informative and a great company to Have some of your wealth in, a little bit of your wealth. Diversify with wealthstack.com. Final comments, and then we're out of here. I think double streaming might be some of the issue. Yeah, never used to be this bad when only on YT. Yeah, I'm streaming to... Yeah, I'm using Ecamm. Ecamm Live is actually pretty good. Let's see. It could be because I'm streaming to both X and YouTube. Good looking chart. 840, please. Yes, Neil wants 840. It is a good looking chart for platinum. 840, please, for platinum. Confirms my theory of manipulators at work. Okay. I am rooting for down further. Mark Florida says arbitrage time for buying Australian dollars now, then hoping for a rise, then cashing in, and then buying precious metals. Assuming no radical change in PM pricing. It could be an arbitrage time. I'll take a look at that another day. Paying in USD. Okay, so there you go. So if you're paying in USD, you're using USD. Is that what you mean? Okay, so you want it to go down. We create the universe, says Magic Moon. Sure, we actually do. I would agree with that. We are the creators of our destiny. GMS, you're rocking it. Love your stacker community here. Thank you, Space Miner. China starting their virus trigger again. Getting ready to do another reset. Are we talking about the bird flu here? Do I need to do a special topic on that? Popping off. Why you tease us so, Joe? Yes. Love a double bottom. Knackers. And the boots with the fur. She hit the flow. Next thing you know, shorty got. All right, people. Yeah, I got to get out of here. Way past my time. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Good Morning Stackers for Wednesday, January the 8th, 2025. You will get another one tomorrow morning. We do it every single weekday when I can. Sometimes I have a day off if I've got stuff to do, but most of the time I do if I've got a gig or something and I've got to travel. But weekdaily, live gold, silver, Bitcoin analysis, an economic news of the day, some kind of special topic, and the wonderful chats with my GMS family. If you would like to join the family, because really, look, you get a warm and fuzzy feeling when you do it. Just travels all the way through when you hit that big red subscribe button or hit the follow button, because you are joining the winning team, and everyone wants to be part of a winning team. Why don't you? And speaking of winning, we do the final synchronized slurp. That's the final thing that we do here at Good Morning Stackers. And we dance it out. It's like, why do you want to miss this every weekday morning? Come on, people. You don't. So that's been party noise. Boom, boom, boom. We're not doing the party noise. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been
Good Morning Stackers.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good Morning Stackers.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronized slurp. Now
3,
we're
2,
on the
1,
move.
slurp it.
Good Morning Stackers.
Thanks for watching, people. That was gold versus Bitcoin and all the other stuff. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Have a good one.